Auctioneering with KSI Press. I'm here with Austin Hubbard, who returns to action July 23rd at XMMA 5. Austin, how are you?
I'm good.
Awesome, man. Awesome. I'm happy to be talking with you. Dude, you're a week out. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, man. It's been a long, almost a year now since my last fight, and I'm definitely more ready and motivated and hungry than ever before, for sure.
Yeah. Why the long layoff? Was it hard finding a fight?
Yeah, to say the least. I basically been trying to fight since December, um, and ready to fight since December. Um, I don't know. UFC wasn't trying to give me a fight, and I was kind of done waiting around. They said, "Well, we're not going to cut you, but we're not going to book you anytime soon, and if you want to leave, you can. Basically do what you need to do," type of thing. And I was talking to my manager, and he said that more than likely that if I go get a fight or a win or two on the regional scene again, they'll re-sign me. So that's what I decided to do. But then I ran into the problem of no one trying to take a fight. So um I don't know. He brought me probably 10 or so different fight offers and few different countries even, and I just couldn't get a fight. And then luckily this one came through, and uh yeah, I'm real excited to get after it now.
So thanks for clearing that up. So it was you kind of went out on your own, and the UFC did not release you or cut you.
Yeah, so I fought out my contract. My last fight was my last one on that contract, and they for whatever reason just wasn't ready to resign me. And so yeah, I'm gonna go back and earn my way back through and come back with a vengeance.
Were you a little surprised that they didn't sign you?
Well, it definitely was not the news I wanted, to say the least. I thought, I mean, I've never lost multiple fights in a row. I've always had, close competitive fights, entertaining fights. I was a little surprised, to say the least, but you live, you learn, you grow, come back. So
Yeah, no, for sure. What did you learn in that last fight against Vince Pichel?
I felt like that was a close fight. I felt like that was a very, good, entertaining fight. The biggest takeaways from that, I feel like, is if I would have upped my aggression and threat of like punishment a little bit more, and kind of been a little more offensive and like active as opposed to, reactive, that I would have won that fight. So that's been a big focus in that past year since that fight, that I've really been like trying to turn up the aggression, turning up the output, kind of staying in people's face, and constantly like throwing something and working off of feints, working off of, the jab and all that sort of thing. So I'm excited to go put that work to test.
It's interesting. So I've talked to several fighters who were in the UFC and then went outside, and it's very hard for them to find find a fight because they're ex UFC fighter,
Yeah.
or fighters are jumping at the opportunity to try and make a name off of you because you're an ex UFC fighter. So
Yeah.
I'm taking it was the first one where it's they don't want to fight you.
Yeah, absolutely. Like before the UFC, I pretty regularly had backouts. So not all of them, but a good amount. I had a lot of fights change and fall through for whatever reason. And after the UFC, it was even more. I wasn't even getting fights accepted. They were just nope, nope, nope. So yeah, it was a little rough. It's discouraging. It's just kind of been a rough year on very different fronts, in my life. And um I'm just super thankful and glad that I have this opportunity to get back in there and hopefully get back on the right track, go out there, put on you know, trying to get that first round finish, put a statement on where I belong and hopefully get back there as soon as I can.
Absolutely. So Julian Lane, so before you guys signed for XMMA, was there talk of you guys fighting in bare knuckle?
No. So it was kind of funny how this worked out. My manager he's like, hey, I got this opportunity, and I immediately accepted like all the other opportunities. And um I even he accepted, apparently agreed to me as an opponent, the money and all that. And they sent me my contract, I signed it. And then a few days went by and I was like, yo, he signed his contract yet? When can I post? Like, I have this fight. And they're like, well, now he's saying he wants more money and this and that, which, I get it. We all want more money. So I don't know, a week and a half went by, I think it was, and they're like, all right, we're gonna move on from Lane and try to find you a different opponent. He's just, whatever the case was, he just wasn't signing the contract. And then what was it, maybe 2 3 weeks ago, they're like, hey, we're actually he's gonna sign now and take the fight. So he signed it. Thank you for signing that. And now I have a fight.
Was it in another organization?
No, it was the same exact card, the same exact night. I don't know if this is the case. It's just me thinking.
Uh,
I feel like because originally his opponent backed out, and they got me as a replacement.
okay.
And I think he's like, yeah, I'll take it. And then went and like looked me up, and then was like, wait a minute, this is gonna be harder than I want it to be, or maybe not. I'm not gonna say that's the case because I don't know for sure. It's just me thinking out loud. And yeah, it was being a little difficult and then came around in the end. So that's all that matters, I guess.
Exactly. I mean, the fight signed, ready to go, which is
Yeah.
well, let's talk about it, man. So Julian Lane, infamous Ultimate Fighter guy, let me bang, bro. Um, what do you think of him as an opponent?
I'm real excited to have him as an opponent because I mean, if you're anyone who's familiar with my UFC career, they've given me nothing but high level world champion, Olympic medalist grapplers. And those are hard matchups, for those type of level of grapplers. Yeah, I don't consider myself like a rollover, a pushover on the ground or anything, but there's levels. I can admit I'm not a black belt, world class, 7-time winning champion or jiu-jitsu champion or a Olympic silver medalist or anything like that. I feel like I can hold my own, but that's a tough matchup for anyone. And so to have someone who's like that's their game, is to stand there and bang. I'm super excited for that. I haven't had a matchup like that in like 3 years, I feel like. So it'll be fun. I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Awesome, man. Are you ready for his antics that are coming for fight week and then weigh-ins and probably even before the fight?
Yeah, I mean, that stuff doesn't bother me really. Some people, they let that get them angry. I'm rarely angry. So I'll probably laugh at it more than anything,
Awesome, man.
which will probably make him mad in the end.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. I did want to ask, as a former LFA champion, was there ever a thought process to go back to LFA to go get your belt back?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to fight everywhere. I've been messaging people like promoters on Instagram, Facebook, people I used to fight for, people I've never fought for, like Bellator and Eagle FC and PFL and like all these places. And I honestly, I was really discouraged there for a while. I don't know. I feel like I bring a lot to the table as a fighter, and I just was not getting any responses back. I wasn't getting any offers. And then, like I said, my management was doing a great job bringing me offers. I just nothing would stick. So like I said, I was getting real discouraged and frustrated, and um yeah, I was just really glad I have this opportunity now.
And it's crazy hearing that because dude, like you're 30 years old,
Yeah,
you're like coming into your prime. It's not like you're old, washed up, or
yeah, that's what I thought. Like
you know.
even Bellator, I was like trying to, get in there for a while, and like I said, I just not getting any answers back, or I don't know if any interest back. I don't really know what the case is there, but I'm like I was pushing for it, myself, and telling my manager to, and I don't know. I just don't. It was discouraging to say the least. Like no one wants me type of thing, and then like I said, any opportunity I was getting just wasn't panning out, wasn't sticking, and I'm not gonna lie, I was like pretty close to having to get a job and just hanging it up and saying, fuck it. Like, what's the point if I can't even get an opportunity to do this? You know what I mean? I have a family I gotta take care of, and like you said, I'm 30. I started fighting when I was 20, and when you're young and it's just me, like I can do that, I can suffer through that, but I have a family to take care of. I have a stepdaughter, I have a wife now, like I'm 30 years old, like I can't do this forever. There's a short time frame, to be an athlete and make a living off of it. So um and I don't feel like I'm at the end of that uh age wise and ability wise yet. I think I have plenty more years to give, but like I said, I wasn't getting any opportunities, any interest, and it was discouraging.
Yeah, no, that's great. I can't even imagine, man. I can't even
Yeah.
imagine. Well, at the end of the day, July 23rd, how do you get your hand raised?
I'm coming hard for a finish. Any way possible. I really want to make a statement and prove to where I belong. And uh I feel like I've made some really big improvements in areas I needed to. And like I said, I'm excited to go put that to work.
And it's crazy. Like, before the UFC, you were like a knockout artist, and so then they give you all these fucking wrestlers and these
Yeah.
grapplers, and then that goes away, and you're only worried about your grappling and stuff, and then you like everyone's thought process on Austin Hubbard is he's just a grappler, right? So
Yeah.
just crazy.
Yeah. It's a crazy game.
Yeah,
It changes
absolutely.
fast, and
Absolutely.
nothing works out the way you want it to. That's one thing I've learned too.
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely. Awesome. Well, man, so you get this win. What's next? Hopefully it won't be as long as was last time to get you a fight, but I mean, if you go out there, knock Julian Lane out, like, do you think the UFC is going to pick you up for like a short notice fight or just kind of re-sign you?
Man, I'm really hoping so. I mean, that's one of my goals is to be back into the UFC by the end of the year. I I love to stay active. I feel like I grow the most, and I'm learn the most when I'm active. So being it the year is almost already halfway over, and I haven't even fought once, and let alone I've only fought twice last year. I really want to be as active as I can. So I'm hoping and get a good finish, and I'm ready. I'm ready to turn around as fast as I need to, whether it be in the UFC, whether it be Bellator, Eagle, some other promotion, whatever it is. I'm ready to get back after it as soon as possible. And like I said, I'm trying to make a statement and get back to where I know I belong.
Awesome. And then finally got to ask you, Curtis Blades, huge fight next weekend. You're
Yeah.
fighting same date. How do you see his fight going down with Tom Aspinall?
Aspinall is a very, good challenge for him. But Curtis is like the truest sense of a gamer, you know what I mean? Like, and he's put in a lot of hard work this camp. He's better than I've ever seen him. He seems more comfortable than I've ever seen him. and like mixing everything up, and I think the hype of Aspinall, a lot of people are kind of overlooking Curtis and what he's capable of. And I think he's gonna go out there and shock a lot of people.
Awesome. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. There's your dog. My dog was out earlier. So, yeah, Austin, thank you so much for your time, man. I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors you got, you want to thank anybody, the floor is yours.
Yeah, my social media, my Instagram is Austin Hub with 2 B's 155. And just thank you to all my sponsors who've helped out this camp. Yeah, that's it.